Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good
So,
evening, sir.
have you got the timetable yet?
No, yaar. Tomorrow we'll be having an idea. But bottom line, I will have
आपको travel
classes.
का arrangements करना है ना?
I will have classes in both Andheri and Dadar. उतना पता है मुझे। मेरा टाइम टेबल का अंदाजा है। बाकी
क्या timetable?
So, can you please request them to send it as soon as possible because we also have to do like travel ka planning and all of that, na commuting.
morning 7. Hear me? Are you people able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
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 Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everybody.
The light guy.
भूत का साया आने वाला।
Oh, right. Thank God. Power is back. Now this will take time to read. System reboot हो गया।
Sir, your voice is
Today whole day. Oh,
So we can't hear you. Your
So your voice is breaking up.
The video is also lagging.
Sir.
so now you're frozen.
Is sir still frozen?
yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Sir, चले Good evening, sir.
good evening. Are you people able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
So what
sir.
were you saying about that 7:30 class? You got cut out when you were.
Yes, sir.
completing the class.
You people will have classes from 7:30 to 2.
Okay, sir.
7:30 to 9:30, 15 minutes of a break. 9:45 to 11:45, फिर 15 मिनट का break. 12 to 2.
So just like
Your old previous schedule.
Sir, and what are
Yes.
the timings? Like, what are the days of the week? Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
3
Tuesday.
days in a week, but then which center, which 3 days, I don't know.
So because it will be alternative, right? Like Andheri, you'll be taking one offline.
Temporarily, one information I can give you, your college lectures will remain online. IIT JEE lectures will go offline, but college lectures will remain online till your April examination.
Sir, April
Sir,
examination is also
yes.
online only now.
Pardon?
Sir, our final exam is also online only.
Internet server is down.
Sir, they can't. Our ma'am was telling today it could be offline and online too. Both. So be prepared for both.
डरा रहे हो.
हाँ sir.
It is online only, sir.
Online ही होगी मतलब वो डरा रहा है ऐसे ही बोल रहा था.
They want us to study for it because they know if we take it as an online thing only, no one will study for it.
Internet server is down.
Sir, but we are able to hear you clearly and even your video isn't lagging.
Yes, sir.
It's on Airtel now. If Wi-Fi will switch on, I can take the class. Airtel beach mein it will start lagging.
Right now it is.
Have you seen the paper for Sunday, center of mass? Is it difficult?
There is no, it's reasonable. Variable mass nahi hai.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Guys,
sir.
sir.
वो पूरा वापस
Sir,
देखना
वो-
पड़ता, sir. Thank you. अरे सर, इतनी खुशी दिया ना सर आपने अभी मुझे. Sir, you can't imagine the amount of happiness.
हाँ सर वो काफी टफ कॉन्सेप्ट है.
सर मैं 4 घंटा निकालने वाला था वो दोनों लेक्चर वापस देखने के लिए.
एक सेकंड रुको. ये सर्वर इज अगेन. एक बार पावर डिस्टर्ब हुआ तो पूरा सिस्टम डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है. एवरीथिंग विल हैव टू रीड.
So these IIT JEE subjective questions used to be of another level only. मतलब इतने solid questions थे उसमें.
Yes. 1990 to 2000. Today whole day, सुबह से the most unconstructive day for me.
Why, sir?
Everything, whichever job I start today, it was getting disturbed and I was feeling lazy. Stuck to the news whole of the day. कि पुतिन को भी अभी करना है यार. 2 साल कोरोना खत्म करना था.
हाँ भाई सर,
हाँ,
करना है
सर.
अभी.
अब 2 साल से सो रहा था बंदा. अभी कोरोना बंद खत्म हो रहा है, अभी शुरू करना है इसको. पागल लोग हैं यार सब.
सर अगर हमारा ऑफलाइन का कुछ चालू मतलब डिस्टर्बेंस हो गया ना सर उसके वजह से सर बहुत. सर हम लोग रशिया
सर
जाके
मैं
कुछ
उसकी
खेलेंगे.
दुनिया हिला दूंगा.
अरे आप लोगों की चिंता नहीं है हमें, आपकी सीनियर बैच की. अब देखो उनकी भी हालत. फर्स्ट बैच इन माय लाइफ हिस्ट्री व्हेन आई एम सीइंग जिसका जेई एडवांस्ड का डेट्स आ गए मगर मेंस का अभी तक नहीं आया. किसी आप बाल भी खींचे तो क्या खींचे. जेई मेंस डेट्स आर नॉट एट आउट. एडवांस्ड डेट्स जुलाई 3 दे दिया. ऊपर से शाम को 4 बजे क्वेश्चन पेपर्स बंडल ऑफ एचएससी कॉट फायर. न्यूज देखा है आप लोगों ने. देन फ्रॉम 4:30 to 6 न्यूज हवा में चल रहा था कि एचएससी पेपर्स विल बी पोस्टपोन. अब न्यूज़पेपर वाले ये क्लियरली नहीं बता रहे कि 1 or 2 पेपर्स या पूरे सेट. फिर अभी क्लैरिटी आ रहा है कि सिर्फ 2 पेपर्स टू बी कंडक्टेड ऑन March 5th and 7th. That is Hindi and French papers will be postponed to April. बाकी सब कंडक्ट कर लेंगे. अब सुबह से एक के बाद ऐसा ही न्यूज सुनते जा रहा हूँ. इतना पक गया कि I thought I should take a class. वरना mental state will not come back to normalcy. इतना खराब हालत था आज. I don't know how to pity the senior batch, but all I can do is sympathize with them. आप लोगों के बारे में
You are muted.
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही.
हाँ सर.
तो आप लोगों के बारे में 1-2 महीने के बाद सोचना शुरू करेंगे. पहले हमें उस बैच की चिंता है.
सर लेकिन
अब
चलेगा, हम लोग को भी ऐसे अनप्रोडक्टिव डेज होते हैं.
ये स्पॉटलाइट का क्या हो गया. हद हो गई यार. हर चीज का स्पॉटलाइट. We teach something, mind will refreshing. It will come back to normalcy. Whenever we are disturbed, we should realize God created man to work.
तो लग रहा है आज की किसी ने कोई डम सा क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया तो आप उसे बैंकरप्ट करके ही रहोगे आज।
भाग के आके उसके घर में पैर ऊपर सर नीचे लटका दूंगा, कहीं पर भी हो बंदा। Why is the strength of the class only 76?
So people must still be thinking it's a doubt lecture.
शाम की क्लास में 70-80 के ऊपर कभी नहीं जाता शाम की क्लास में।
Or they probably they are bad at rotation, so they must have thought कि ये
People
class
are lazy to join.
अरे
in the
rotation
evening.
शुरू कहाँ हुआ for them to decide that they are bad?
सर मैंने सुना कि उसमें इंक्लाइन प्लेन पे बाद में फाइंड करना है रोटेशन कुछ तो।
बहुत सारी चीजें है भाई साहब, अभी तो शुरुआत है।
So just confirming, toppling is a rotation का concept only, you know?
Yeah.
COM, I guess.
Yeah, so because in COM there was one question based on that.
अरे नहीं, I changed that.
No, I'm saying in the subjective papers of the window to JEE wala thing, there was like one block on top of the other block.
They might have put it in center of mass, but toppling is in rotational dynamics. What was the last thing I covered in your batch?
Hinge forces.
Hinge forces. You are just
You were started.
You are given that JEE wala fluid dynamics
एग्जांपल टाइप्स दे रहे थे
of that fluid dynamics question in which you have to find NX in
Buoyancy.
meta direction.
नॉर्मल
Did we
डायरेक्शन।
solve a problem on that?
No, sir.
Oh, sorry, we just started.
Okay, so I told you how hinge forces will behave, which
Yes.
will depend on the problem. Pura Ramayan बोल के, we told you that it will depend on the problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Strange,
Yes.
but that's the way it goes. So we have learned how to calculate kinetic energy of a body, rigid body.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, before we further go into hinge forces, one typical problem from hinges. There is a thin rod which is hinged in the vertical plane this way. Hinge is basically two holes here. Put this rod and send a hole in between. Send a nail in between. That's what I showed to you. The door hinges, did I show you?
Yes, sir.
So this is kept this way and the rod is permitted to fall in the vertical plane, in the plane of the board. Question asked by them is, when the rod comes to the horizontal position, find the value of the normal force at the hinge. Rod is released from the position shown. This is important here. People who are missing are inviting big time trouble. Next class, they will not be able to follow. This chapter needs tremendous continuity. If you have personal friends groups, please leave a message to them. For God's sake, let them join. Now, this is a thin rod released from the vertical position. When it comes to the horizontal position, they are asking you the value of normal force at the hinge. Find the normal force at the hinge when the rod reaches the horizontal position. Find normal force at hinge when the rod reaches the horizontal position. Horizontal position. Firstly, is the question clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, hinge forces will depend on circumstances is something that you already told us. So let us understand the circumstances of the problem. Right? So now, I will claim that there is an NX force this way and NY force this way. आप guess मार रहे हो यार? हाँ, guess मार. So you're also not sure if the directions that you have taken are correct. I'm not. It depends on the problem. NX, I make a guess, will be inwards. Why? Because the rod is rotating. Somebody should be providing centripetal force.
Yes.
Yes.
NX will be inwards this way.
Yes, sir.
So does my guesswork have a basis?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
वहां मैं तीर नहीं मार रहा हूं. I'm making a guess based on the requirement of the problem.
Yes, sir.
Now ny will be upwards is my guess. There is every possibility ny may be downwards. I don't know. If I calculate ny, I'll get it negative, I'll make it downwards. Fine.
सर
Fair game.
लॉजिकली तो एनवाई डाउनवर्ड्स होना चाहिए
On what basis?
नो अपवर्ड होना चाहिए, वो नीचे फोर्स लगा रहा है तो हिंज अपोजिट लगाता है ना, तो
दोनों के
बेसिस
लिए
करेक्ट है.
basis नहीं है. I have no basis. Right. Now listen. We are clubbing two things. Conservation of energy में kinetic energy calculation has been taught to you. Disk rotating about its center of mass किया है कि नहीं?
किया
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, when I started rotation, what did I tell you? Translational dynamic equation, rotational dynamic equation, and
Constraint relation.
स्ट्रेन
relations. Translational dynamic equation, rotational dynamic equation, constraint relations. Right? To add to that, conservation of energy is adding to the system. Now, from here, for the next 5 classes, translational, rotational, constraints, and energy. बस यही सिखाओगे यार. हाँ, यही सिखाओगे next 5 lectures. Watch out for this. Firstly, we'll try to attempt to calculate nx. Can I claim nx provides the required centripetal force m omega
यस सर
m omega square L by 2. L by 2 क्यों लिया भाई साहब आपने?
Center of mass.
Center of mass.
Center of mass.
Center of mass is going about in a circular track. Whole of the mass of the body will appear to be at its center of mass.
Center of mass.
If you can tell me omega, half my problem is over. If you can tell me omega, half my problem is over. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Nx and Ly ही तो calculate करना है आपको.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do I tell you omega? Loss in potential energy is gain in kinetic energy. Loss in potential energy is gain in kinetic energy. What is the loss in potential energy? mgl by kinetic energy. You have two ways. If you can recognize a point about which the body is subjected to pure rotation, it will be half omega square.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
About the hinge, the rod is in pure rotation. Do you
Yes.
agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Half ml square by 3 into omega square. About one experiment, what is the moment of inertia?
Yes,
ml square by
पर
3.
बाय 3
बाय 3
m omega is under root 3g by l. This omega, if I substitute here, you see, half I omega square I will use only when I know it is pure rotation. About the
Yes.
hinge, it is pure rotation. And if I didn't know that, what is the only other way of calculating kinetic energy about its
Center
center of mass plus kinetic energy of center of mass with respect to ground?
Ground.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now here pure rotation, I was aware of it. So I used it. I got omega. Substitute this omega here. I'll get an x. Half my job is done.
Yes, sir.
So conservation of energy is used up. I mean, pura mechanics mein what all is left over for you? After kinematics, what did you learn? Translational dynamic equation. Newton's laws के बाद work energy theorem use कर दिया आपने. Circular motion use कर लिया आपने. Conservation of momentum नहीं होगा ये. क्यों नहीं होगा? Hinge force is an external force.
Yes, sir.
वो भी impulsive force है. So when hinges are there, momentum, linear momentum गलती से भी conserve मत करना. जब hinges है, linear momentum गलती से भी conserve नहीं करनी. आई बात समझ में?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, come to the second aspect. What else is left over then? Translational dynamic equation, rotational dynamic equation, constraints. Conservation of energy हो गया, circular motion हो गया, momentum नहीं कर सकता हूँ. I cannot conserve linear momentum. तो पूरा mechanics का revision हो गया कि नहीं?
Yes.
पूरा एक साल में यही तो सीखा है हमने.
Yes, sir.
Translational dynamic equation, mg is acting this way. I'll write mg minus my is m into a. That means this is the acceleration of center of mass. What direction did you assume for this acceleration?
Downward.
Downward.
Downward, sir.
Stick to that till the end of the problem. You assume upwards. One student from the flagship batch 2 days back is asking me, hey, ny minus mg hona hai na yaar. Le lo. If you take ny minus mg, that means you are assuming ACM is in
What direction?
Upward.
stick to that till the end of the problem. Life is all about the choices that you make. Once you make, stick to that till the end of the problem. बीच में change कर लूंगा नहीं. You made this choice. Stick to it till the end. Nothing wrong. Is this choice wrong? No. Is the other choice wrong? No. Is this choice completely right? I don't know. Right? So the game to be played, the thumb rule is make a choice, stick to it. Nobody knows what lies next. Face it. Right? Sound reasonable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Translational dynamic equation done with. Now rotational dynamic equation. Generally, you will be taking about
Center of mass.
here I will prefer the hinge.
Yes, sir.
Non-accelerated.
Non-accelerated.
In this problem, whether I take the hinge or center of mass, it will be the same. Why? If I take about the hinge, nx and ny will give me 0 torque. Only mg will give me torque. But if I take about the center of mass, mg and nx will give me 0 torque. Only ny will give me torque.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Only one of the force will give me torque. It makes no difference for me whether I take about the hinge or about the center of mass. Both are equally bad and equally good. Hence, I take the torque about the hinge and I am eligible to take the torque about the hinge. Hinge is not accelerating.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Torque about O, I call this O, is equal to mg into L by 2 is equal to I alpha. Mg into L by 2 is I. Moment of inertia of this is ml square by 3 into alpha. I took the torque about one extreme end.
Yes.
Alpha is 3g by 12. Second equation. Translational dynamic equation, rotational dynamic equation, no constraint relations. How do you get the constraint relations? Have a look. Acceleration of center of mass with respect to O plus acceleration of O with respect to ground is acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground. Acceleration of center of mass with respect to O plus acceleration of O with respect to ground, you will get acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground.
Yes.
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 Acceleration of center of mass with respect to O is L by 2 alpha downwards. Downwards, because you took
Yes, sir.
alpha in the clockwise. When did you tell me that you took alpha in the clockwise? The torque equation dekh lo.
Yes, sir.
Into L by 2 is giving me clockwise alpha. So your alpha is in the clockwise direction. So L by 2 alpha will be in the downward direction. Plus acceleration of O with respect to ground is 0. Hinge is fixed.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Acceleration of center of mass. So ACM is equal to L by 2 alpha. Now substituting this ACM here and alpha from here. Have a look at it. Mg minus ny is m into ACM is L by 2 alpha. Alpha is 3g by 2L. L and L will go. Ny is equal to mg minus 3mg by 4. This turns out to be mg by 4. This is ny. Nx you will calculate. How will I calculate Nx? M omega square is 3g by L into L by 2. This is 3mg by 2. This is Nx, that is Ny. Can you take the resultant of two perpendicular vectors?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just imagine what makes rotation a huge chapter. All of mechanics that you have studied till now will be used. Circular motion. work energy theorem, Newton's laws dynamic equation, torque equation, constraint relation.
सर खाली काइनेमैटिक्स बाकी है.
वो भी बहुत दूर नहीं है, आ जाएगा बीच में.
रोलिंग
दूर नहीं है, वो भी अंदर आ जाएगा. ओमेगा इज ओमेगा नॉट प्लस अल्फा टी, ओमेगा स्क्वायर इज ओमेगा नॉट प्लस 2 अल्फा थीटा. So that is what makes this rotation chapter a huge chapter. Mechanics पूरा revise होते जाएगा. That's why we give it some time also. Indirectly, by giving you people this time, we are making you revise the topics behind. More the number of problems I solve in rotation, more will be a revision of whole of mechanics.
सर अभी अगर वो काइनेमैटिक्स के असाइनमेंट 3 सॉल्व किए दोनों वाले, सर इतने फालतू लगेंगे वो अभी हमें. वो उस टाइम पे इतना.
That is the state which we will see all through. भाई फर्स्ट टाइम जब वेक्टर पढ़ाते हैं बच्चों, तब तक 10th स्टैंडर्ड में 2 + 2 इज ऑलवेज 4. भी जब वेक्टर ऐड करने के लिए बोल रहे हो, 2 + 2 ऑलवेज नीड नॉट बी 4.
ट्राइंगल लग जाएगा लेस.
बच्चे ऐसा देखते रहेंगे हमारे ओर as though we are mad idiots.
जैसे वो 5 3 का 20 कर दिया था.
सर अभी रियलाइज होता है.
सर एरिया रेक्टेंगल.
We went to, I'll tell you, this actually happened. There was a seminar. I thought it was a parent seminar and I went. After going there, I realized that all our kids, 7th, 8th, 9th kids, उनको जाकर JEE means, JEE advanced analysis, question wise, ये सब उनको क्या समझा? They are in a playing mood. 7th, 8th, 9th kids. Then by mistake, बोर्ड पर डालने के बाद I realized my mistake. I asked them 0 by 0. 6th, 7th में बच्चे 0 by 0, 1. Some students will say 0. 0 by 0 is indeterministic, something that students realize only after 8th and 9th. Not even 8th and 9th. When did you people realize that 0 by 0 is
वो पता था सर कितने
सर
टाइम
9th
सिक्स सेवंथ में मालूम पड़ गया
सर
था.
पहले से
तो 11th में
सर
तो
6th
उन
में मालूम
बच्चों
पड़ गया
को
था.
मैंने बाई चांस मैंने 5 into 3 पूछ लिया. एरिया ऑफ दिस रेक्टेंगल 5 meters 3 meters. अब हल्ला करने शुरू कर दिए बच्चे 15 meter square. And after putting that, I realized my mistake. They don't know significant digits. They don't know rounding off completely. If 5 is the last digit, even teachers there did not know that the rounding off should be done based on even or odd. अरे वो भी झगड़ा करने के लिए उतर जाएंगे. अब इतने सारे लोगों को I'll not be able to convince. So for a moment I thought about it. 5 into 3, 15 meter square, 15 meter square, 15 meter square meters. हर कोई बोलने के बाद I told them there is another alternative for this which I'll tell you when you join in 11th. बोल के बाद की वापसी. अब वो teachers लोग पीछे बढ़े थे. Then I told the teachers rounding off में it becomes 20 and it cannot be 15. मानने के लिए तैयार है नहीं वो लोग.
टीचर्स भी
School में actually it's not their fault. No, and even NCERT doesn't tell you rounding off when the digit is 5. 10th standard NCERT doesn't tell you.
सर
We have to
इसका
come into
बहुत
11th
उनको
that is
प्रैंक
true.
भी कर सकते हैं. जो बोल देगा ना कि मैं बहुत स्मार्ट हूँ, कुछ भी पूछो आता है.
सर अभी हम याद करते
सर,
हैं कि
जो
आपने
meme
वेक्टर्स में जो डाउट्स पूछ.
बोलो.
सर अभी रियलाइज हुआ कि जो वेक्टर्स में डाउट पूछते थे कितने सिली साउंड होते हैं वो.
And that's what I'm telling you. Over the days, you will find the difference to be much more. And just recollect, when vectors was being taught to you, the patience with which we were explaining A dot B, AB cos theta, अभी same lecture पढ़ाऊंगा तो बैठ पाओगे लोग, you lose patience. मतलब हमारी साइड से कितना patience चाहिए आप you imagine. That is the reason why all school teachers, 99% cases are ladies. Why do they employ ladies? That patience is required. ultimately. It's a game of patience.
सर पेस में उल्टा है सर 99% are men.
Sir, wait.
Sir, wait.
सर वेट सर आप बीच
सर
में
वो
खड़े
मिस हो
थे।
गया सर ऊपर का।
ये तो लिख लिया होता है, ये फर्स्ट स्टार्टिंग में लिखा
हाँ सर वो हो गया। सर आपको नेक्स्ट वीक का ऑफलाइन टाइम टेबल मिल गया?
नहीं नहीं, सिर्फ मेरा आइडिया है, पूरा टाइम टेबल नहीं मिला।
सर आपका मतलब कैसा आएगा?
सेम, जस्ट as you people get, we will get 3 slots. हमारा जिस तरह पुराना टाइम टेबल मिलता है ऐसा ही 7:30 to
आपका बताओ ना,
9:30.
हमारे बैच के साथ कभी कभी है।
सर हमारे पास
अब your batches will be split, no, flagship will be 2, yours will be 1 section. But आपके जेनिथ बैच में there are students from other centers, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
उनके लिए दिक्कत हो रहा है जो एडजस्टमेंट में।
सर आप बोरी पढ़ाना हो ना।
हाँ सर
उनके लिए शायद सेट नहीं होगा यार। मे बी सिलेबस होने के बाद रिवीजन के लिए आ जाऊंगा। बोरीवली अभी तो सेट
सर दादर छोड़ दो सर। बोरी
दादर और अंधेरी से
ज्यादा ही हो गया ये सर।
Oh, but even you teachers must be as looking forward to offline, right? As we are.
offline is offline anytime. Except for the fact that there is a comfort of staying at home.
Sir, 7:25 को उठना सुबह को.
Something secret. No, I get up early and have a shower and come to the class. I don't come with the sleep here. Only thing you people never get to know, I always wear shorts underneath my shirt. Never wore pants. Now to the office I'll have to wear. In beach when I used to go to Andheri office, I used to go with the shorts. There was no student. There were no students. Only the faculty were there. So they used to say, "अरे बड़े casual mode में आ गए सर आप अपने." Since morning I am stuck to the news today. Watching news, सुबह से watch कर करके पागल हो गया.
घर पे भी जोर से लगाया हुआ है, क्या होने वाला है World War 3।
तो पूरा दिन एक ही न्यूज देखा सिर्फ।
पुतिन का न्यूज, यूक्रेन का न्यूज। मुझे एक बात समझ में नहीं आ रही, वो बंदा 2 साल तक सो क्यों रहा था? अभी जो कोविड चल रहा है तो करना था ना। अभी बैठ के कोविड के बाद फिर शुरू किया बंदा ने।
But nothing will happen to us ना, हमें क्यों होगा कुछ भी?
नहीं, डिस्टर्बेंस इज डिस्टर्बेंस।
बोल नहीं सकते कुछ।
Let's get it down. मिस्टर मोदी के
हो जाए।
डिस्टर्ब
चाइना को कोई भरोसा नहीं।
सर वो यूक्रेन के प्रेसिडेंट ने तो बोल दिया कि whichever civilian wants to take guns and weapons, come to us, we'll give it to you. You fight for your country.
They are arming their civilians. That's not a right move. It's leading to genocide. Not
सर लगता है UN हाइबरनेशन में चली गई है।
क्या पता, maybe they'll react. The reacting will be a bit uncomfortable for us. Do you people have an idea that among you people who are preparing for NEET, in India, the NEET competition is so huge and so costly. Even the medical education in the private colleges, if not the government college, is quite costly. Ukraine medical colleges में few colleges are recognized worldwide and they are 1/4 the cost of the private colleges in India as far as medical is concerned. Medium of instruction is English. So many Indian students are stuck up in the medical colleges.
Yes sir, अभी उनका भी मोदी and his cabinet they are having a meeting ना अभी कि क्या करना है उनका।
उनको लाना भी मुश्किल है. Already 1 or 2 flights they filled and they bought, but now the air bases are destroyed. How will you bring them?
सर नेटो भी सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा है यूक्रेन को। नेटो का करेगा ना मीटिंग।
They made them give up their nuclear weapons in 1990 and now because they said we'll protect you if anything goes wrong, and now
That was not fair. Anyway, now listen, back to work. Let's concentrate. Firstly, Something very important transition is going ahead from here. Concentrate on this. How does a body topple at the first place? It may appear that I am teaching you toppling. Do write that in as toppling as well, but no. There is something deep inside that we have to go in. Please listen carefully. I apply a force of F at a height of h for this particular body. And I am making sure that F is lesser than mu n. So the body will not slide. No slide. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
The body is in equilibrium. Neither is it sliding nor is it toppling. Body is in.
Equilibrium.
That's the secret. Body is in equilibrium. You are right. mg is acting in the downward direction. Now talk about the center of mass. देख लो आप लोग. Body of equilibrium बता है. So talk about center of mass should be
Zero.
zero. दिख रहा है किसी एंगल से आपको? This force is also giving me clockwise. Friction is also giving me clockwise. This force is giving me clockwise torque. Friction is giving me clockwise torque. How will the body be in equilibrium? मगर experimentally मैं देख रहा हूँ possible है. Body equilibrium पे है. The body is in equilibrium. Experimentally see. Somebody is saying something. I applied a force. Body is not sliding. Body is not toppling. Body equilibrium पे है. But according to the knowledge that I showed on the board, body cannot be in equilibrium. So something is keeping it in equilibrium. Normal force shifted to the right, which produces anti-clockwise torque. This force will produce a clockwise torque. Friction will produce a clockwise torque. Normal force will produce an anti-clockwise torque, preventing the body from toppling.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But normal force can help you. Normal force can help me till it reaches this particular. This is force. This is friction. I am applying a force. You slightly increase the force. Call this F dash. Call this F dash. Call this F. You slightly increase F dash to F. Normal force will further shift to the right to produce an anti-clockwise torque. कहाँ तक normal force will be able to help you till it reaches this particular point. Beyond that point, it is helpless.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Beyond that point, body starts toppling.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. So this is the point about which the body will topple. Point of contact. POC for us is point of contact. Now have a look at this. You will take the breadth of this to be B, height of this to be H, and I will take torque about POC. When will the body topple? When about the point of contact, if clockwise torque is greater than anti-clockwise torque, body will topple. If about point of contact, if about point of contact, clockwise torque is greater than anti-clockwise torque. The body topples. Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clockwise. Now, normal force and friction are passing through that particular point. They will not produce any torque. About this only F is producing a clockwise torque. F into H should be greater than mg into B by 2. Extend mg and drop a perpendicular B by 2. Extend mg and drop a perpendicular. F is greater than mg B by 2h. If F is greater than this, the body will topple. If F is greater than mu n, the body will slide. So if mu n is lesser than this, so as I am increasing F, I will reach mu n first, body slides. If this is lesser than this, Say suppose let me call this to be 10 Newton, this to be 12 Newton. When F is increasing, when I reach 10 Newton, the body will topple. Suppose this is 10 Newton and this is 12 Newton. When F is increasing, when I reach mu, the body will start sliding. Understood how a body topples?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Based on mu and
Particularly, I didn't explain this to explain the concept of toppling. I explained this to explain something altogether different. If ever I tell you point of contact is at rest, but the body is going ahead. If ever I tell you point of contact is at rest, but the body is going ahead, you'll have a difficulty in believing. Right?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
But now have a look at it. Point of contact is at rest. When normal force shifted to the edge is on the table. Point of contact is at rest, but the center of mass of the body is going ahead. Are you able to visualize this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Point of contact is at rest, but the center of mass is going ahead. So remember, till now mechanics may you have been dealing with body moving this way. So if the point of contact is moving, body is moving. Now we are dealing with point of contact at rest and the body moving ahead. The point of contact is at rest and the body is moving ahead. Toppling is a phenomena where the body's point of contact is at rest. Normal force is here and the center of mass is going ahead. Right? Take it down till here, we'll further dig into this.
Done, sir.
Sir, wait.
So,
Hmm.
so according to what GKM sir had said, you will be having a tougher time with the current 11 batch which is about to join. because apparently they didn't even know why the inequality का sign gets flipped when you multiply it with a negative number.
Current 11th batches मतलब तुम लोग ही हो।
सर मतलब नहीं सर उनका फ्लैगशिप चालू है ना, like the ones who are going to join 11th this year.
अच्छा, वो बैच मैंने देखा नहीं। I'll avoid that batch.
सही है सर।
और हमसे संतुष्ट हो गए।
क्या?
और हमारी मूर्खता से संतुष्ट हो गया।
सर ऐसे फेस वैल्यू पे मत लो सर, फिर मेरे को गिल्टी फील होगा अगर सच्ची की अच्छी निकले वो तो।
Yes.
Now listen. Firstly, let me tell you two basic things about toppling. Two very small simple examples before the main reason as to why I introduced toppling. I didn't introduce toppling for the sake of toppling. I'm least bothered to teach you toppling here. My purpose is something different. But now that I introduced this, have a look at this. This is a truck. The truck is accelerating with an acceleration of a naught. There is a cylinder kept on the top of the truck of height h and radius r. What is the acceleration that the truck can have so that the cylinder doesn't slide? First bit. Second bit, what is the acceleration that the truck can have so that the cylinder doesn't topple? Till now, always you dealt with sliding only. Toppling you never considered because till now you never took a rigid body. You took a point mass. So now hereafter you will have to consider both the conditions. What velocity will it skid? What velocity will it topple? What acceleration will it skid? What acceleration will it topple? Now skidding is quite easy for you people. What will you say? You will say pseudo force is m into a naught. Friction is in the forward direction. For sliding of the cylinder on the truck, when will the cylinder slide? When the pseudo force is greater than the maximum friction?
Yes.
M A naught is greater than mu mg. A naught is greater than mu g. The cylinder will start sliding in the backward direction. Anybody with a doubt in this, raise the hand. I will get it.
One chopped off.
Chopped off.
Hussein ने
सर हुसैन ने हाथ खड़ा किया हुआ है सर।
Now, listen, when will it topple? When normal force reaches this particular point, right? Originally, normal force will be at the center. Pseudo force is making it move in this direction, right? Normal force reaches this point. Beyond that, normal force will not be in a position to topple the body, prevent the toppling. Beyond this, normal force will not be in a position to prevent the toppling. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So, at this point, if anti-clockwise torque is greater than clockwise torque, 1 second here, there is some call. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When will the body topple? About this P point of contact, if anti-clockwise torque is greater than clockwise torque, the body will topple.
Yes, sir.
About the point of contact, will normal force produce any torque?
No.
Yes.
No, sir. Be zero.
Will produce any torque?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Zero.
Only two forces which produce torque are
Mg
MG and
and pseudo force.
Anti-clockwise torque for toppling, M A naught into h by 2. MA naught into the perpendicular distance is h by 2. If it is greater than mg into r about this particular point, if the anti-clockwise torque is greater than clockwise torque, the body will topple. M gets cancelled. A naught should be greater than 2gr by h. If acceleration is greater than mu g, the body will slide. Acceleration is greater than 2gr by h, the body will topple. So it all depends on the value of this. If this is 8 meter per second square and this is 10 meter per second square, as acceleration is increasing, which value will be reached first?
8.
8.
Toppling condition.
8 is reached, the body will topple.
Yes, sir.
Suppose this is 8 and this is 10, the body will slide first.
Slide.
Take it down till here. Once again, I am telling you, the purpose of introducing this topic is not to teach you people toppling. There is something behind this which we need to explain. Tell me when I can rub the board.
Yes, sir, done.
Yes, sir, done.
For 1 second.
Done, sir.
Yes, sir. Done.
Now listen. One more small point before we go into our actual requirement. A very cleverly designed question by HCV. This is a cube of edge length E. This is a cube moving down with uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. Mass. It's a cube of edge length
A.
A.
sliding down with
Uniform
velocity.
Velocity.
that information is important. HCV is asking you, find the torque due to normal force about the center of mass. About COM. Torque due to normal force about the center of mass of the cube. Think carefully and solve the problem. He didn't give you any condition that it is just about to topple. If it were just about to topple, then normal force reached the edge.
Edge, yes, sir.
He didn't tell you that it is just about to topple. So normal force will be anywhere between the center and the edge. And he wants the torque due to that normal force about the center of mass.
Sir,
Hmm.
sorry, sir, can you tell the question again?
Find the torque due to normal force about the center of mass of the body. He didn't tell you that the body is just about to topple. If you would have told me that, then I'll tell you normal force is at the edge. It reached the edge.
Yes, sir.
M into A by 2 would be my answer. No such thing is given. Find the torque due to normal force about the center of mass of the body. Look at the beauty in the problem. Right?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Somebody typed the answer, your answer is correct. Only one student typed to the host. Its answer is correct.
मैंने भी भेजा.
सर भेजा.
आंसर भेजो.
नहीं, zero नहीं. mg sin theta into a by 2.
हाँ सर वही आया.
It's okay. Listen. You have mg passing through the center of mass. I will write this as mg sin theta and this as mg cos theta. Normal force has come somewhere till here because friction is acting in the backward direction. Friction is mu mg cos theta. Mu value दिया नहीं यार आपने.
सर बट
नहीं दिया. You'll have to think of it.
सर यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी है तो स्लाइडिंग नहीं हो रहा तो mg sin theta हो जाएगा.
Right? Now, bottom line and the catch in the problem is it's sliding down with uniform velocity. So he didn't tell you that the body is just about to topple. If the body is just about to topple, normal force has reached the edge. Here, normal force reached only a distance of x. This is my answer technically. Torque due to normal force about the center of mass. This is my answer. I should be happy with this. But x is not known to me. And I will guess mg cos theta. X is not known to me. How much did normal force shift from the center? No idea. But I know one thing for sure. This torque due to normal force is balancing torque due to friction. I will put F into A by 2. F into A by 2. Friction is mg cos theta. This F into A by 2 about the center of mass is equal to N into X. You are not in a position to calculate x here. But if you can tell me this, will I get the answer?
Yes, sir.
Friction here is mu mg cos theta. I am happy about it. But neither did you give me the value of mu. But you told me that it is sliding down with uniform velocity.
Yes, sir. Equated.
Will be mu mg cos theta. mg sin theta into a by 2 is the torque which is balanced by n into x. You are asking me for this torque, it should be as good as mg sin theta into a by 2.
सर वो 2 स्टेप में आ गया तो सर लग रहा था गलत है.
But a well-laid trap by HCV as far as toppling condition for a body is concerned. Can I rub the board?
Yes,
sir.
All of you focus and concentrate. Something very important is being told. Why did you introduce this toppling here? For a specific reason. Our main purpose was not to teach you the toppling condition. Our main purpose was to show you that the body can go ahead by toppling, keeping the point of contact at rest and the center of mass going ahead. Now consider this. Suppose this is a cube. If the body should topple, the normal force will have to shift from center of mass till here by this particular distance. Only then it will topple. Yes or no?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Suppose I take a body like this. The distance by which normal force will have to shift will be greater. As a result of which toppling this body will be difficult. Which is fair enough. Suppose the body is kept this way. Toppling this body is not very difficult. But toppling this body is difficult. I have to lift it up and then turn.
Yes, sir.
Broader the edge, greater will be the distance by which normal force will have to shift. Greater the distance by which normal force will have to shift, greater will be the force I'll have to apply.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now visualize something in a different way. Keeping the perimeter constant, suppose I increase the number of sides of this particular body. Now the normal force by will have to shift by a distance which is lesser.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For it to topple about this point, the distance by which normal force will have to shift will be lesser.
Yes, sir.
Further increase the number of sides, keeping the perimeter constant. The normal force will have to shift by at more lesser distance.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Let n tend to infinity. What is the number of sides?
Circle.
It will tend to.
zero.
Zero, sir.
Zero. Sorry.
So if I take a circular symmetric body, every next immediate point which comes in contact with the ground will be the point about which the body topples.
Yes, sir.
Every next immediate point of contact. That means a circular symmetric body can be going ahead without slipping. अरे point of contact slip ही नहीं हो रहा है.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It is toppling about that point.
Yes, sir.
In these discrete bodies, every time it topples, there will be a time lag for the next topple. Why? Because the normal force will have to shift by some distance. Normal force will have to shift by some distance. In this case, normal force don't have to shift by some distance. The distance by which normal force will have to shift is zero. And n tends to infinity, x tends to zero. This continuous toppling about this continuous toppling about point of contact is called rolling. Sometimes, many a times in the textbook, in the questions, they'll refer to as without slipping. Without slipping. Continuous toppling. Every next point that comes in contact with the ground will be the point about which the body is stopped.
So, sir, here it's difficult to make the body at rest, right?
It's a different aspect. It will come to rest. We'll think of it. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Right? You are going into work energy theorem of friction. Don't relax. First visualize this. My point of contest is point of contact is at rest with respect to the surface, but the body is going ahead. How is the body going ahead? The point which is in contact is changing. One instant, this point is in contact. Next instant, this point is in contact. Next instant, the next point is in contact. The point which is in contact with the ground is changing, but the point is not slipping. It's like telling you I'm walking. My left leg is at rest. It's not slipping. I lifted my right leg, brought it ahead, and now I topple about my right leg. My legs are not slipping.
Yes, sir.
My right leg is at rest. Left leg comes in front. Now I topple about the left leg. Then I topple about the right leg. So on and so forth. So you want me to visualize rolling as a system which is continuous toppling. Point of contact is at rest with respect to the surface, but the center of mass is going ahead. How is the center of mass going ahead here? This is what is happening. Only difference, discreteness became continuous there. When the body is here, normal force shifted from here till here. There, in this circular symmetric body, every next point which comes in contact with the ground will be the point about which it will
Topple.
key catch. Point of contact is at rest with respect to the surface. Key catch. POC is at rest with respect to surface. Every word is important. POC is at rest with respect to surface. Tomorrow the body may be rolling on a truck. So I will be interested on keeping this point of contact at rest with respect to the truck. Here it is ground, so it will be zero. Tomorrow it will be a truck which is moving with uniform velocity. Day after tomorrow it will be a truck accelerating. Right? But my contest is there is no slipping between the point of contact and the ground or the surface. So point of contact is at rest with respect to the surface. How do you want me to visualize it? Toppling of the body about point of contact. Toppling of the body about point of contact. Subheading, rolling. Toppling is taught for you to visualize the concept of rolling. How does a body roll?
Sir, so a circle cannot be dragged, right?
Can be dragged, but if it is rolling, point of contact is at rest. We will deal with forward slipping, backward slipping. But a circle can roll as well. What do you mean by rolling? No slip.
Okay, sir.
Clear of the board?
Yes, sir.
One second. Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Look at what we call as constraints here. You're telling me the center of mass is going ahead, point of contact is at rest. Center of mass is going ahead. This is VCM, this is omega. And you're telling me point of contact is at rest. With respect to center of mass, R omega will be in backward direction. With respect to center of mass, R omega is in the backward direction. Velocity of point of contact with respect to O plus velocity of O with respect to ground is velocity of point of contact with respect to ground. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Velocity of point of contact with respect to O is velocity of O with respect to ground is velocity of point of contact with respect to ground. And you are claiming that for the body to roll on a horizontal surface, point of contact should be at rest with respect to the surface. This is minus R omega, velocity of point of contact with respect to O plus VCM should be equal to 0. VCM is equal to R omega becomes the unofficial condition for roll. VCM is equal to R omega becomes the unofficial condition for roll. Point of contact is at rest with respect to the surface. Now, Halliday-Resnick want you to see rolling as a perfect combination of translational motion and rotational motion. थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनिए. Last 5-10 minutes of the class, it's important. Right? Listen carefully. Halliday-Resnick wants you to see rolling as a perfect combination of pure translation and pure rotation. Pure translation and pure rotation. Have a look at it. If a body is subjected to VCM this way, VCM, pure rotation will be this. This is our omega. So this point is R omega. This point is R omega. Pure rotation, pure translation. Halliday-Resnick want you to see rolling as a perfect combination of pure translation and pure rotation. Right? Have a look when you combine this. What will you get here? On the top, you will get VCM plus R omega. At the center, you will get VCM. Here, you will get VCM minus R omega. Do you agree with this?
Yes, yes.
Now you are telling me this should be 0. So VCM is equal to R omega. Is that the condition that you require?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Look at the beauty here. If VCM is equal to R omega, this will become 2 times VCM.
Yes.
Actually, it does. All throughout, you can see when the body is rolling. This is VCM. This is 2 times VCM. This will be 0. When the body is rolling on a horizontal surface, VCM 2 times VCM, and this will be 0.
Yes.
Take it down. I'll convince you of this combination using energy method as an example. अब सुनो 1 minute रुको. So for a rolling body, you agree that as I'm going from here upwards, the speed is increasing.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Lowermost point speed will be 0. As I'm going up, speed is increasing for a rolling body. Are you convinced?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
but visualize नहीं
To
हो
a
रहा है.
high resolution photograph taken by Halliday-Resnick, right? You'll be amused to see the result. See, the spokes underneath are clearly visible, while the spokes above are not visible. Photograph as taken from Halliday-Resnick. Photograph of a rolling bicycle wheel. The spokes near the wheel's top are more blurred than those near the bottom because the top ones are moving faster. Courtesy Elias Halliday.
सर ये कभी नोटिस ही नहीं किया है.
सर नोटिस तो किया लेकिन समझा नहीं ऐसा क्यों होता है?
अभी समझ में आ गया.
Yes, sir.
Yes. पंखे में
Can I rub the board?
One.
One thing we understand for sure, rolling means no slipping at the point of contact. This is the key catch. That means the body is subjected to pure rotation about the lowermost point. Body is subjected to pure rotation about the lowermost point because the point of contact is at rest.
Yes.
Suppose I want to calculate kinetic energy of a body. Can I use this procedure and can I use this procedure? Will both the procedures give me the same answer?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
They should. Let us prove, justify. Let us consider the example of a disk. Let us consider the example of a disk. Disk is rolling. This is V. This is omega. Right? How will I calculate kinetic energy traditionally? Kinetic energy of the body about its center of mass. Body about its center of mass plus kinetic energy of center of mass with respect to ground.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We derived this kinetic energy of the body about its center of mass plus kinetic energy of center of mass with respect to ground. This is half ICM omega square, half m VCM square.
VCM.
Did we derive that relation?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Now, this can also be looked at from Haliday-Resnick's perspective. Pure rotation, pure translation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pure rotation, pure translation. Suppose the body is rolling. Now for a disk, moment of inertia is mr square by 2. Omega is PCM square by r square. क्या कर रहे हो यार? ICM I can understand mr square by 2. Omega, you told me VCM is equal to r omega is the condition for rolling. Only then the point of contact is at rest. Only then the point of contact is at rest. So
Yes,
omega is VCM by r. 3 by 4 m VCM square is the kinetic energy of a rolling disk. Is the kinetic energy of a rolling disk. First way of looking at it, kinetic energy of the body about its center of mass plus kinetic energy of center of mass with respect to ground is the total kinetic energy with respect to ground.
Yes.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
you apply the condition of rolling. When the body is rolling, point of contact is at rest with respect to the surface. If it is at rest, VCM minus r omega. This is r omega with respect to center of mass plus velocity of center of mass with respect to ground. Sum of both should be 0. So VCM is equal to r omega. Continuous toppling about the point of contact. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
जोर से.
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what did you tell me? Rolling is continuous toppling about point of contact. ये तो बता रहे थे.
Yes, sir.
So if it is toppling about point of contact, don't you think it is pure rotation about point of contact?
Yes, sir.
Point of contact is at rest. Point of contact is at rest. It is pure rotation about point of contact. Rolling, I can visualize as pure rotation about point of contact. Then what should kinetic energy be? Half I about point of contact into omega square. What should kinetic energy be? Half I about point of contact into omega square. Half I about point of contact means I about this parallel axis theorem, mr square by 2 plus mr square into omega square is b square by r square. Condition for rolling, VCM is equal to r omega. Omega will be VCM by r. And moment of inertia, why did you take about this? Because you are taking about point of contact, parallel axis theorem.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Half mr square by 3 mr square by 2 VCM square by r square. 3 by 4 m VCM square. So rolling, either I consider perfect combination of rotation and translation and use the formula kinetic energy of the body about its center of mass plus kinetic energy of center of mass with respect to ground, or recognize the point about which the body is subjected to pure rotation. Rolling is pure rotation about the point of contact because the point of contact is at rest.
Rest.
In this instance, there is another point of contact at rest. At that next instant, there is another point of contact at rest. but the point of contact will be at rest. The body is subjected to pure rotation about point of contact. What we have introduced today is a very important concept on which we will start building in the next class. Please come prepared to the next class with this concept. You people received an assignment sheet on rotation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please do complete that.
So and can you also request the center heads to send the timetable?
Yeah, making it will take time
Oh,
because
it's not yet been made.
faculty, there are certain restrictions. Some faculty are out of station. They are in transit. Some of them are reaching on 2nd. Some of them are reaching on 3rd. Not exactly on 1st March. Now, 2 साल से faculty members गांव में बैठे हुए. Shifting the family.
सर तो गोवा से आ गए.
सर
हाँ,
फर्स्ट
रियाद
में
भी सर
छुट्टी
बैठे हुए
मिलेगी
थे
क्या हम
गोवा
लोग
में।
को महाशिवरात्रि की?
छुट्टी क्यों रहे?
सर पेस क्यों देगा हम लोग को किसी भी?
There are so many combinations that they have to work out, right?
Can you move aside for a minute?
Right. So timetable, they will not be able to send it that early. They will be sending it on Friday or Saturday only. But I'm telling you the time. You need to plan your day. 3 days in a week, 7:30 to 2. Keep yourself. Don't keep yourself busy that.
सर 4 days होएगा ना?
Online. इतना तो information will be sufficient for your planning.
हाँ सर
पर मतलब 3 दिन में से खाली एग्जांपल दादर वालों उनको खाली 1 दिन ऑफलाइन आने मिलेगा.
3 दिन ऑफलाइन आना ही है.
ओ अच्छा.
It is compulsory है ना?
Compulsory.
सर डाउट लेक्चर ऑनलाइन ही रहेगा.
They will keep a camera in the class the way the college people did. That won't be effective for you.
Can you move aside for a minute?
सर मतलब कैसा मतलब 2 ऑफलाइन होने वाला और 1 ऑनलाइन ना?
भाई साहब जेई का क्लासेस ऑफलाइन ही होगा. कॉलेज लेक्चर्स ऑनलाइन होंगे.
हाँ सर कॉलेज का तो बोला हाइब्रिड ही कंटिन्यू
कॉलेज का सर
करेंगे.
तो कोई सर वो कैसा भी सर फर्क
पर क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है.
वही ना सर लेकिन मतलब आप जैसे बोल रहे थे लास्ट वीक क्लास टू ऑनलाइन भी होगा सेपरेट बैच जिस जो नहीं आ सकता.
जिस सेंटर्स को वी आर विजिटिंग there it doesn't make sense.
हाँ सर.
Other centers, one link we will be taking with Apollo batch on that digital board. Whoever want to attend that online lecture, they will be connected to that Apollo batch link. So that will not be very comfortable in the long run for you people. Somewhere down the lane, you will have to stick to your batch.
And sir, what about doubt lectures? Will they be online or?
Move aside for a minute.
Now doubt lectures campus में ही हो जाएंगे. Sometimes we will arrange for doubt lectures from evening batches.
So in short, online lectures होगा ही नहीं, right?
सर वीसी से नहीं होगा कि
जेई नहीं होगा. Assume नहीं होगा and plan your schedule. You have to come to the class.
Okay sir.
सर बट वीसी से पॉसिबल नहीं होगा.
पॉसिबल है लगाएंगे मगर आपके सेंटर में 2 दिक्कतें आएंगे. वहां लोकल फैकल्टी एक बंदा है तो he will be taking a parallel class on the same topic. Now it is misutilization of the resource there. Right? So online classes will be like a hybrid mode where they will keep a camera in the class. जिसको सुनना है वो क्लास सुन सकते हो. कैमरा से बेहतर है मेरा तो ऑलरेडी अपलोडेड है. आप जो बच्चे आर नॉट इन अंधेरी एंड दादर use my uploaded lectures. Last year batch का लिया हुआ है. You will get the information complete.
सर डाउट लेक्चर ऑनलाइन रख दो सर, नहीं तो फिर आना पड़ेगा स्पेशली दूसरे दिन.
नहीं, सेपरेटली आने का क्वेश्चन ही नहीं. जब दोपहर को आओगे उसी टाइम डाउट लेक्चर खत्म करके घर जाओ.
सर तो TW
अच्छा, okay sir. So there won't be separate doubt lectures on other days, like, right? So like right now we have Monday, Wednesday and Friday classes, and Tuesday and Thursday we have doubt lectures. So Tuesday and
Those doubt lectures will be through Zoom
Okay sir, yeah, got it.
in the evening.
सर टेस्ट ऑफलाइन हो जाएंगे TWT
Online tests online as on date.
टेस्ट ऑफलाइन रखो
सर ऑफलाइन सर उसमें फिर
टेस्ट ऑफलाइन रखो सब.
Sir,
MT
MP3
they'll
offline,
try
sir.
to make it offline.
Not college.
MT they'll try to make it offline.
हाँ सर, हाँ
रखो,
सर,
तो
एमटी रखो सर, बहुत हो
होता
गया
है।
ये.
हाँ सर.
वरना हर
जो
Sunday
झटका
challenge
मिल
करते
रहा है
बहुत
सर.
हो गया.
सर
copy,
डिमोटिवेट हो
copy,
जाते हैं.
Google सर्च करना बहुत हो गया. MT ऑफलाइन रखेंगे.
सर घर
Yes,
पे मार
sir.
पड़ रही है, पेरेंट्स को लग रहा है हम लोग पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे.
हाँ सर.
सर
नहीं,
हाँ सर, इस बार में तो लाइक 300 में भरे थे लोग, 300 ऊपर मार्क्स में.
Sir, आप ही बताओ sir, in a question where the radius of curvature is not given for a lens, people have just magically assumed that the radius of
1200
curvature
people
is
have
1,
assumed.
and then they have solved the question, and coincidentally every site online has also made the same assumption.
सर वो भी 5-10
I
नहीं सर,
also joined the
1200.
students in one of the college exams and I understood how they are doing that. For me to understand that procedure only, I
फ्लैगशिप
joined.
के साथ भी मैम आपने हमारे
Sir.
साथ भी कर दिया है. हमारे बैच के साथ भी आपने कॉपी
Oh,
कर
now I know what's happening, how it's happening, so on and so forth.
सर आपको परम्यूटेशन एंड कॉम्बिनेशन अच्छा लगता था आपके टाइम में?
I was good at it.
सर
So how
जैसे
can you help
आपने
me
जो
in
बोला
CA
था
model?
कि आपने बोला था ना 11th का एग्जाम्स ऑफलाइन होगा, आप हमारे हेड बन हो गए, मतलब इन्विजिलेटर टाइप नहीं हो रहे, ऑफलाइन ऑनलाइन ही है.
ऑनलाइन ही है हमारा.
सर ऑनलाइन है.
सर
So-
ये
चलो,
पेपर.
आज
So
के
how will you
लिए
help in
chill,
CA
आज
model?
के लिए चिल करो. ऑनलाइन ही है आपका पेपर. हैप्पीली एंजॉय.
सर
कल की बात
सर
सर,
ये
कॉपी करना है सर, कॉपी करना है सर.
I thought you're good at copying.
अरे सर आप पीछे.
तेरे से बोल.
सर EM में हेल्प कर दूंगा
ट्रस्टेड
बस.
सर EM
हो जाते
पे
हैं ना.
सर EM का पेपर
सर
वापस
बस
आ रहा है
EM में
सर.
हेल्प करना, बाकी सब खुद कर लेंगे कॉपी.
सर फिजिक्स भी. हाँ
फिजिक्स
सर आई हैड अ डाउट.
बोलो.
सर COM फ्रेम में कौन सा पार्ट 0 होगा के का?
POM frame में
Which part of the KE expression will become 0?
nothing. This will become 0. Kinetic energy of the body with respect to center of mass plus kinetic energy of center of mass will be 0 because you are standing on center of mass.
Okay, sir.
So I just wanted to confirm one thing. So that for the online lectures, it will only be the Akola batch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Somebody is asking me, can you give me your number? ऐसा स्टूडेंट भी है जिसके पास मेरा नंबर नहीं है.
ये अच्छा लगा.
ये कौन सा स्टूडेंट है भैया?
सर उसका
मेरा
नाम तो
नंबर
पता
नहीं है. आप जो भी ग्रुप में जाओगे मेरा नंबर होता है. ACP ग्रुप में, किसी भी ग्रुप में जाओ. That means you are not the student from here.
सर आप अभी आप
I had a
ऑन
doubt.
कर रहे हैं ना सर?
तो लोग एक ही बार बात कर रहे हैं, मुझे समझ में नहीं.
Sir, I had a doubt in that for moment of inertia of a square plate. Sir, along the diagonal you told it will be still same, that is MA square by 12, but still you told
This angle is 90 degrees. This is x-axis, y-axis. IZ is ML square by
12.
6.
Sorry.
IZ is IX plus IY.
Okay.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good day. Bye. Good night and have a sound sleep.